There's a gentleman over on Friendly's got a few questions, and other people may benefit from this. This is a XP Deus 2 remote you're looking at. Okay, I'm going to talk first about the multi-frequency and maybe help some people out here that don't understand maybe. Okay, these fast multi-frequency programs on this machine, they're all fast multi-frequency except for Deus Mono, okay? Now, some of these fast multi-frequencies may be running on the same frequencies. Some of them are not, okay? Based on the manual. I don't know exactly what frequency each is running on. You don't get any frequency data displayed in this screen, okay? Now, we're in the park program. We can go down here and do a frequency shift. I've got the auto scan feature turned off on this machine, okay? You can still do a manual. You see the scan button there, left there. I can hit the top left and do a scan. Okay, I'll do that right now. I recommend people use the scan feature on this machine. Do not use a manual. Okay, because you could have some silent EMI. This machine's probably smarter than you are, okay? It's smarter than your ears are. You can't hear, if you can't hear it, you can't hear it, but this machine may be sensing it. So I recommend you do a auto scan using fast multi-frequency. That would even go for using mono. Okay, so we can shift through all these different channels, and the frequency is changing slightly. Probably the lower frequency being used in this fast multi-frequency and the higher frequency. Okay, so that's enough on those. We're gonna go over here to mono program. Okay. You're going to see a frequency up here in the top. Okay. And as you hit the plus or minus keys, it's going to take you, whoops. Let me get back to it here. As you hit the plus or minus keys, it's going to take you to the different bands. If I ever get to it here. See, it's got a plus and minus up here at the top. There it is. You see the frequency. You hit the plus or minus keys, it's going to take you to the different bands. Now, this shows you more or less the frequency you're running. And if you hit the expert key, it'll break it down a little farther. It'll carry it out to another decimal point. Okay. So if I hit the scan button, it's going to scan inside of this band, and I believe there's 7 different frequency bands on this detector. So I hit the scan button like I just did, and she's a scanning. I've got some light wires around here and different things, okay? And you see what coming to window, 41.66, okay? So I can move back around. See, I'm going to the different bands right now. There they are, all the way down to 4.4 kilohertz. So there's 1 band, 2 bands, 3 bands, 4 bands, 5 bands, 6 bands, 7 bands. That's all you got, okay? That should be enough, though. Now, if you have the auto scan feature turned on this machine, when it does a scan in Deus Mono, it's going to pick a frequency in that band, okay, that you're currently in. It's not going to, for example, if you're in the highest band and you do a auto scan or a manual scan, this thing is not going to run down to 7 kilohertz and say, okay, that's the best channel. It's going to find the cleanest within the band, okay? So depending on your detecting application and what you're after, you select your frequency band accordingly, okay? You don't have a frequency. If I go back over here, okay, there's deep high conductor. When I go down, frequency shift comes in the menu. Deus Mono, you don't have that. You have a frequency for a menu selection, and it's in the window right now, okay? Now I've got auto scan feature turned off, and to show you how to get to that, hit the top left option, settings, scroll down. Make sure I get this right here. Settings, hit select. You're going to keep going down. You see frequency scan. Mine is in manual. I usually run mine in auto, but for this video, I turned it off. Because when you're using Deus Mono, and we'll go back into it here right now. Okay, there's Deus Mono, and I'm in the highest band, okay? So there I am. You see me in the highest band. Now watch what this machine does. I'm going to go to the next band. I'm going to hit the minus key and go to the next lower band. You're going to see that machine's going to be running around frequency-wise, and then she's going to settle down on the cleanest one, okay? So if you've got auto scan on, you're not going to have any control when you toggle. I'm going to go to the next lowest band. There she goes again, and 25.9 kilohertz has come up in the window. 25.97, okay? And I hit the expert key there. So maybe that'll help this gentleman out and understand this a little better.